My name is William McNamara. I'm Chief Executive of Bluestone. Bluestone is a 5-star holiday resort in Pembrokeshire Coast National Park. This is my office. School, well, that was an interesting experience. Primary school was fine. I went into secondary school. I was never particularly academic. Couldn't really see the point of it. I didn't do very well at my GCSE equivalent in O-levels, so I had a wake-up call. I was sent away to retake O-levels and get my A-levels, which I did. I then went on to college to do a college diploma in agriculture because I was born on a farm and was expecting a life in agriculture. Because I was brought up on a farm, I started work at the age of about 8, probably. I used to work for my father, and I was paid by my father. He paid me 12.5p an hour. And I think the lesson I learned from that was, you get out of life what you put into it. If you work hard, you get rewarded for it. First proper job, when I came back from college, I went into the farming business, and my father said, well, your schooling's over, son. You've now got to work for the next 40 years, which was quite sobering. And I went into farming and built up a dairy herd, but I didn't stay just farming for very long. So I decided, sitting in the bath, to build a theme park called Oakwood, which was actually built on part of my dairy farm. That took 18 months to put that together. Everyone thought I was stark raving mad. But in fact, it was a very, very successful business. I've probably never really been inspired by anyone in particular. In some ways, I'm my own inspiration, I'm my own driver. I started in farming, I went on to build a theme park. I ran that for 15 years, and then I came out of Oakwood and went on to make Bluestone happen. I've always done something, put a line under it and thought, yeah, done that, now what's next? It's about breaking your challenges into bite-sized chunks. And Bluestone is a great example of something that was almost impossible to make happen. So having overcome all the challenges, we fought very, very hard and continue to fight those challenges. Everybody says, why can't, as opposed to how can. And instead of a why can't, I'm definitely a how can merchant. The one thing that I always look for in employing youngsters is attitude. If you've got someone with the right attitude, as an employer, you can always provide aptitude, you can send them on training courses, but it doesn't matter how clever somebody is, it's all about attitude. You have to know yourself, you have to understand what makes you tick, know your strengths, but equally important, know your own weaknesses, accept what you are, establish what you are, and then follow that goal. Achievements is a funny old thing. In a lot of respects, I've achieved quite a lot, from dairying to the theme park to the Bluestone resort. My greatest achievement, in my opinion, has actually nothing to do with business at all. When I got to 50, I decided to try and stay fit. And I entered and did the Cardiff Half Marathon in less than 2 hours. I actually remember, because the finish was, in those days, was in the Millennium Stadium, and I actually ran down the tunnel, and I can still feel it now, and I was well chuffed with myself. I was obviously well down the order number, but for me, that was very special.